there are a few people who in the last 4-5 years have quit the sport of cricket because of deep cynicism, because of beliefs that matches are thrown, because of beliefs that things are fixed, because of beliefs that then become strongly entrenched as something they actually strongly subscribe to. That actually speaking, this whole thing is all pre-planned. You know, in 2011 when India beat Sri Lanka, there was actually a story here doing the rounds that somebody had sent a messenger in a drinking cart to tell India to lose, to tell Sri Lanka to lose so that India would win. Similarly, just now the toss that happened in the T20, right?
It's a very good example actually. I'll tell you about the toss.
I mean the toss, it seems pretty clear that actually Sri Lanka had won the toss, but somehow the toss was given to India. So there is a certain set of things which cause cynicism and which cause people to go away from the game thinking, I'm not so sure whether this game is all honest and truthful. But when I hear you, obviously, and when I see you, it's all the positivity comes out and you feel that you need to believe.
Is there anything purer than religion? Is there anything purer than religion for a lot of us? Some of the biggest scandals come out of religion, right? So can we be cynical about religion? And say, you know what, religion is actually the storehouse of those kind of people. So religion is actually all false and fake and I'll give up religion. It's what you see in religion that matters, right? In sport, you cannot get 100 saints playing sport. Just as there are no 100 saints in people who make cement, or 100 saints in people who run hotels, or 100 saints in people who run advertising agencies. You will always find good people and bad people. In sport, there are good people and bad people. In everything in life, there are good people and bad people. So, and nothing is 100% good or nothing is 100% bad. So there are good and there are bad. If sport is more bad than good, then I'm wasting my time. We're all wasting our time. I mean, here we are making a profession, writing books that sell 100,000 copies, saying this is what you learn from sport. But if sport is only bad, then what is there to learn from it? No. One of the problems over the last 4 or 5 years is that the media has ceded its need to be truthful. There was a time when in the media you needed to be truthful. The media has given up the need to be truthful. And a new medium has emerged called WhatsApp. WhatsApp is as much of a medium as television without the responsibility of being truthful. And a lot of the silliest things going around are things that a lot of very well qualified people are passing on WhatsApp without actually believing in them, but just passing them on. So you are disseminators of news without the responsibility of being part of the news. And that is why a lot of nonsense gets spread. I mean, is there not nonsense in stock markets? Is there not?
Stop investing, do you?
You stop investing in equities? So there is good and bad everywhere. If there was only good, we wouldn't have life. So there's good and bad everywhere. You'll hear these stories. Largely, you will hear these stories by people who are unwilling to accept that their team wasn't good enough to win. The moment you say that 11 players from one side played 11 players from the other side, and the better set of 11 players won, then you will not feel the need to spread these stories. But if you say, my team could not have lost, then you're undermining the team that has won, and so you're trying to create these stories around. And I think eventually, as we discovered with the toss, as we discovered with the toss in that India-Sri Lanka game, you couldn't say if the match referee had said heads or tails. As it turns out, the ICC has now gone through the footage. The match referee did indeed say heads. India did indeed win the toss. The captain, the toss presenter did indeed interview the right captain. The match referee was looking a little upset because the captain has to inform him first whether he's batting or bowling and then go there. So it's a very easy story to spread. When I was in Australia at the 2015 World Cup, I got a forward that had actually been printed, had appeared on a news channel after the first 5 or 6 games, saying, see, we have got this email, these are what the results are going to be, and see, the first 5 or 6 games have gone by these results, so every single game in the World Cup is fixed. Chief, everything in the game will be fixed, then you'd have only boys or only girls being born, right?
Yep.
So I said, okay, let's see, let's not, there are lots of idiots spreading these stories, and there are a lot of gullible people who are accepting these stories. So I actually sat down one afternoon, because cricket gives you a lot of time on off days. And I worked out every single result that this match fixing sheet was supposed to have produced, with one news channel actually put out. And based on that, the quarterfinal result that was said, the quarterfinal match could not have happened. Because if all those results had happened, those two teams would not have met each other in the quarterfinal. But being serious and analyzing is a waste of time, no, sometimes. So, it's not good for conspiracy theory. So there will always be conspiracy theory. Did 9/11 happen? Did planes go into the World Trade Center? There will always be conspiracy theories. Sport is far, far, far more good than bad, and is far, far more good than almost everything else in society today.
That's great.
See, they should give me the job of being PRO for sport.
Before we
It also
end,
helps us to do more sessions of the winning way.
You already have the best job, so why would you want something else?